Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Now people always talk about pollution in China, but how exactly is it to live with? Now today we're going to see the exact situation in the ground, and apparently China is building what is going to be the tallest air purifying tower in the whole world. So we're going to check that out, and also maybe just to be able to see how it feels like in a typical air pollution day in China. Now my grandmother lived in a small village and she used firewood for cooking, and you know how it can get all smoky and uncomfortable. I mean, we'll cough and have running noses and teary eyes. But then if it got so bad, we'll just go outside and catch some fresh air. Or if really it got so bad, we'll just go back to the city. Now, this is the same case for China. It's smoky and irritating, but the only difference is there's nowhere to run. There is nowhere to catch that fresh air. The only thing they can do is just to sit tight and just hope the problem gets resolved soon. 问你，你今天觉得天气怎么样？
天气特别不好。
特别不好。
Wow, look at this. A tower right in the middle of a residential area.
And let's not forget that China wasn't always like this. Surely there must have been a time when it was comfortable to live in. Now from what I gather is China just suddenly grew and there was need to produce and need to open more factories. And I think they just kind of forgot the impact it would have on the environment. And also just at the same time, population just shot up and there was need to cover heating for the whole population. So the houses will need to be heated. I don't know how, maybe use gas, or maybe there's a couple of other ways to do it. But China opts to use coal. And imagine with the huge population they have, by the time they meet all the demands of heating the whole country, that's a lot of coal burning, and that's a lot of carbon monoxide. Well, people from tropical countries or my fellow Africans maybe don't really understand what is this hidden bullshit I'm talking about, but it's really necessary. And first, consider yourself very lucky, because I think the rest of the world is just a freezer. I mean, at least in winter, and it's challenging. Like now, I just lost one of my gloves and my fingers are so cold and they really hurt. Well, before I didn't used to care about words like pollution or global warming. I mean, they're just big words and they're just a bit boring. I feel like it's school essays, rather, kind of. But then I stayed in China for a couple of months and I realized that I go to the hospital every month and end up coming with the same medication because I went there with the same exact symptoms. That is a cough and sore throat, or maybe sinus infection. So that's when I realized that this pollution, air pollution in China, is a matter of everyone's concern. And also, plus, I get tired all the time, even when I've done nothing. Sometimes I'll just go out for dinner with my friends, and by the time I'm coming back home, I'm missing my bus stop, or maybe just missing my stop because I dozed off in the bus or in the subway. It's scary enough not to be able to breathe, but I'm just as scared to lose my hair. Well, it's very easy to blame everything on pollution, but again, I'm not the only one who feels like this. I mean, most people feel whenever they wash their hair, the hair ends up being all over the place and even blocks the bathroom drains. But then again, there has to be ways of protecting ourselves. So we often wear masks and wear hats. I mean, just gear up whenever we want to go out. And the one thing that I thought that was free, turns out it's not. I thought air was free. We will need to buy purifiers. Air purifiers are not cheap. They just are pricey. But anyway, that is the only thing we can try and do.
Of course, China is putting a lot of efforts in fighting this, and I believe there will be positive results.
Among them is this tower here. It's 100 meters and it's going to be 500 meters tall with a diameter of 200 meters. This is going to be the biggest air purifier tower in the whole world. Instead of releasing toxic air like the other towers do, now this one, it's going to be sucking it, purifying it, and sending it back. The question is, how many more of this would they need? And how much time is it needed for them to be effective? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.